It's, it's that time of year again.
Yeah.
The holidays.
Yeah, it is.
And we're going to do a deep dive today on a post that I found really interesting about how to navigate the holidays after loss.
Right.
So we've got this one post that I found just very simple, but I think very powerful. It's from somebody who's, going through their first Christmas after losing a friend.
Okay.
And I think it's, the holidays are really tough for a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely.
And so we're just going to kind of, take a look at this post and see if we can glean any insights.
Yeah.
And just have a conversation about it.
Absolutely. I mean, I think, one of the things that the holidays bring up for a lot of people is just a lot of expectations,
Okay.
right? It can be a really joyous time for, a lot of folks, but there's so much, there's so much tradition and expectation wrapped up in the holidays.
Yeah.
And I think that can be, if you're going through something difficult like grieving,
Yeah.
it can make it even more difficult to sort of be in the holiday spirit.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great point, and this post really captures that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to read the first line.
Okay.
It says, "This is the first Christmas where I haven't felt Christmassy."
Right.
And I thought that was just so, there's no dressing it up.
Yeah.
There's no pretending. It's just like, this is my reality.
It's honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really honest. And I think that's something that a lot of people probably resonate with.
Totally.
Right? The holidays are, we're supposed to feel a certain way.
Yeah.
And when we don't, it can be really isolating.
Yeah.
And so I think it's, that's what struck me right away about that post is just how honest and raw it was.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily, hating Christmas or wanting the holiday to go away.
Yeah.
I think it's more this disconnect. Like I can't engage with the way that I used to because something fundamental has changed.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting because the post mentions that it's a school friend who passed away.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
This isn't necessarily somebody they were seeing every day.
Right, right.
But that loss, it still has this profound impact.
Yeah. Well, I think it speaks to how those relationships from earlier in our lives, even if they're not a daily part of our lives as adults, they really do shape us. And I think, maybe we don't realize it until a loss like that.
Right.
But those relationships, they hold so many memories.
Yeah.
Of a time when everything felt maybe, full of possibility.
Yeah.
And so I think it can be, a really powerful reminder, of the passage of time.
Yeah.
Our own mortality. It's powerful stuff.
Absolutely. And the post goes on, it says, "Gonna spend the day remembering her and my family members who I have lost over the years, but I'm also looking forward to spending time with my family." So there's this like tension, right?
Totally. Yeah.
Like how do you hold those two things?
Right. Well, I think that speaks to, we talk a lot about balance, I think, in life. And I think that's really relevant here. It's not about erasing the grief.
Right.
It's not about pretending that everything is okay. But it's also not about, letting the grief consume you. Right. It's about finding that balance, finding that space where you can acknowledge the sadness and the grief.
Yeah.
And still allow yourself to experience joy.
Yeah. So how would you suggest that people, kind of work towards that?
Yeah.
How do you actually do that?
Right. Well, and it's going to look different for everybody.
Yeah.
I think that instead of, just remembering those that you've lost, maybe you actively create a ritual.
Right.
To honor their memory, right? It could be something as simple as, lighting a candle or sharing a story or cooking their favorite dish.
Oh, that's nice.
Or even, donating to a cause that was close to their heart. Yeah.
Something that actively brings their memory into the present.
I like that. Yeah. So instead of just, kind of passively, thinking back on it, you're actually making it part of your present.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, it's important to remember that connecting with those who are around you can be really healing as well, right?
Oh, yeah.
To share stories and laugh and create new memories, It doesn't diminish the grief, but it does remind us that there's still, beauty and connection to be found.
Yeah, it's like you're weaving this tapestry, right?
Yeah.
Where the threads of the past, kind of get woven in with the present.
I love that. Yeah.
To make something, new.
That's a beautiful image.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful challenge too, right?
Mm-hmm.
How can we honor those that we've lost while still embracing the present moment?
Yeah.
And creating new traditions with those we love. It's tough, but I think it's an important question. I think so too. I think that's a great question for all of us to consider as we go into this holiday season.
Absolutely.
And I hope that gives our listeners, some things to think about.
Yeah.
And maybe even some hope as they navigate their own holiday season.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
Well, this has been a great conversation.
Yeah, it has.
Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this was really good.
It was.
All right. We'll see everybody next time for another deep dive.
Sound good.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.